Alright, so I have to be honest, I've always been a little bit of a dropshipping hater. The idea of marking up a $2 Alibaba product by like 1000% has never been all that appealing to me. That being said, being someone who's had to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars for used iPhone inventory for my business, the prospect of being able to get paid for inventory before you have to go buy it does sound pretty good to me. So in today's video, I want to see if it's possible to dropship iPhones. The hardest part about dropshipping is typically finding a winning product. The cool thing about the iPhone is Apple's already done all the branding, all the marketing, and like 20 years of product development to confirm that the iPhone is definitely a winning product. The hardest part about phone flipping is typically just that it takes a bit of funding to start up and be able to buy iPhones and hold them in inventory. So theoretically, by using a dropshipping model, we should be able to buy and resell an iPhone without using any of our own money. Again, theoretically. So here's how I plan on doing this. I'm gonna use photos I've taken in the past to make some eBay listings for the phones we currently plan on selling in this video. Once we get a sale for one of those phones, I'm gonna take the funds from that sale and go on eBay or Facebook Marketplace and find a phone that matches the condition of our listing, buy that phone, and then ship it out to our customer. Typically with drop shipping, you'd go ahead and make a Shopify store and then run some ads to that store to try to sell stuff. But for iPhones specifically, I really think it's gonna be pretty tough to get someone to trust buying an iPhone from some random Shopify store. For the sake of this video, we're gonna be using eBay because people already trust and buy phones from eBay regularly. I just think our odds of success are gonna be a lot higher this way, which should also save us quite a bit of time and money when it comes to marketing. I do already have some phones in the office from another video I'm working on. So I'm gonna go ahead and use these ones to take some photos. Then any models I don't have, I'm just gonna use older photos I've taken from previous videos. But if I were doing this and I didn't have any phones or any previous phones available, I'd probably just go on Facebook and like screenshot other people's ads and use those photos. I just finished up listing all the phones. I listed pretty much every model all the way up from the iPhone 8 to the iPhone 12 and made sure the color for all the phones I listed was black, just because that's the most common color people choose for phones. And it's gonna be the easiest one to find when we actually have to go buy these phones to ship them out. There's just a couple other things I did when listing to try to make this go as smoothly as possible. So the first thing I did is I set the handling time to 2 days, just because that should give us plenty of time to actually find a phone once we get an order. And 1 day might be pushing it if we try to do the bare minimum. Another thing I did in the description is I just put a little disclaimer that says, photos may not be of the actual device. Device sent will be in the same, if not better condition than of the phone in the photos. For the condition of the phone, I just said the phone is in good condition and it may show signs of normal wear and tear. So there's gonna be the most amount of devices available on the market that match that condition if we look for it. That way we're being fully transparent with anyone who buys a phone and they're not expecting to get the exact phone that they're seeing in the listing, which might deter some buyers, but I'd rather be fully transparent and be honest and screw some buyer over and have them not get what they were looking for when they place their order. So as far as pricing goes, I did want to stay competitive with the prices we listed them at, but I also wanted to make sure we were leaving some room to be able to make some profit when we have to go find them on Facebook Marketplace. So I just went ahead and I browsed all the eBay sold listings and I listed ours for like $10 to $20 cheaper than the comparable devices. And then I just went to Facebook really quick and checked what phones we're going for roughly. And then I made sure that we could buy something for less than what we're selling them for. How much less will obviously depend on the exact day we end up having to go buy these phones to ship them out. But I left us enough room that we should be able to make some solid profit. But now is the inevitable part where we just have to patiently wait and see if anything sells. It's gonna work. Definitely gonna work. Quick update. The first 2 days we sold absolutely 0 phones and it wasn't looking too great. So last night I went in and I changed some of our prices and added some more models. I pretty much just knocked off like $10 to $15 off of every single phone we had available. And then I also added some other colors and a few of the models that I missed when I was listing the first time. It looks like it worked because this morning we woke up to our first 3 sales. We sold an iPhone 11 Pro for $335, an iPhone 8 for $160, and an iPhone XR for $235, which means we have exactly 48 hours to find all 3 of these phones. All right, so now we actually have to go ahead and find the phones we just sold. I'm just gonna go ahead and start with the iPhone XR. So this one's $170, which doesn't leave us with a lot of profit compared to the $230 we sold it for. Doesn't seem like she wants to go much lower than $170, unfortunately. So I'm gonna leave this as a last resort if we can't find anything that's better priced. Ideally, I wanna find something that we don't have to repair just because we're on a bit of a time crunch. Worst case, I can still find something and repair it if we need to. Again, I've probably said this like 1,000 times in like every phone flipping video I make, But if you want to get a good deal on a phone, you need to offer to pick up right away, and you need to be as convenient as possible, because that's really the main reason someone would sell for below market value. So definitely one of the challenges with this is you have to find a phone that matches the one you sold. It's proven to be a little bit more difficult to find a phone that matches exactly what we sold, but I do think it works in our favor that we chose to sell a black phone and that we gave us a bit of leeway by listing them as good condition rather than like perfect or anything. Phone 10, $200, seems to be in really good condition, good battery health. She's listed for $200. Let's see if she'll do $150. I can pick up today. All right, so we've been through all the iPhone XRs. Let's go ahead and start offering on some 11 Pros. $250 can pick up today. Not a lot of 11 Pros listed right now. That one may be a bit of a challenge. We'll move on for now. Go iPhone 8. $145. Let's see if we could get this one for $100. Definitely not a crazy profit, but you know what? At this point, you just want to make sure you could secure some phones. All right, $80 on this one. Can purchase today. Seems like a $100 purchase on an 8 will be pretty easy to find. $100. Can pick up today. We have an iPhone 8 for $120. Oh, this is an 8 Plus. For flipping phones and holding inventory, this would be a great buy. Unfortunately, we already sold an 8, so doesn't do much for us. I've pretty much messaged every single ad on Facebook that matches the phones we're looking for. I'm gonna wait to see if we get any responses, and I'm gonna keep checking Facebook for the time being and reply to anything else that shows up. So quick update, I did end up finding an iPhone XR for $80 and I'll be picking up. The phone does have a cracked screen, unfortunately. I didn't want to be buying phones with cracked screens for this, but it's only been like 2 hours since our phone sold, so we have plenty of time to fix this one and get it out. And I'm not seeing a lot of other XRs that fit our criteria that are available right now. So I kind of just wanted to buy something and have a guaranteed way that we could get something out to the buyer. So ideally, this is the only one I buy that I actually have to fix. I'm gonna go pick this one up now and hopefully everything checks out. XR has been secured. Now we just have to find an iPhone 8 and an iPhone 11 Pro. I just went ahead and dropped off the iPhone XR, which means that phone has been taken care of and it is fully fulfilled. And so I'm still looking for the iPhone 11 Pro. It's proving to be a little bit more difficult to find than I anticipated. To be honest, I think I might have priced that one a little bit too low and not given us enough wiggle room to be able to find a profitable phone. We do still have the rest of this evening and all of tomorrow to find one, so hopefully we're in the clear on that one. And then for the iPhone 8, it's still saying that we're awaiting payment from the buyer. Looks like for some reason the buyer hasn't paid yet. Don't really want to go try finding an iPhone 8 if I don't know for sure that there's a buyer for it. So I think I'm just going to give them till like the end of the day. If they don't make payment, then I'm just going to have to cancel the order due to non-payment. And obviously if they do pay, we'll go find one tomorrow. It is the next day and I have some good news and I have some bad news. The good news is I was able to find an iPhone 11 Pro that fits our budget that I'm on my way to go pick up now. Assuming everything checks out and it's all in good working condition, we should be good to go for that iPhone 11 Pro. Now for the bad news. The iPhone 8 that we had an order for, the buyer still hasn't paid. So this morning I went ahead and canceled the order and we're just not going to be fulfilling that one. So we are going to be making a little bit less money than I thought we would, but I don't really want to take the risk on them not paying at all. So yeah, I'm just on my way now to pick up the iPhone 11 Pro for $200. Hopefully everything works, then I'll consider this to have been successful. I will say, I don't know if we're in the clear just yet. One of the things that is a little bit stressful about using this model and having to buy the phones after you make the sale is you really need to test everything because you've already told the buyer what the condition of the phone's gonna be. So we kind of have to rely on the fact that the seller we're buying from now is honest and that there's not gonna be any issues with the functionality of the phone. So I'm definitely gonna do my due diligence and test everything. I just picked up the phone and it's honestly in super good condition. Honestly, in even better condition than what we described on eBay. So we should have a pretty happy buyer on this one. I'm gonna go ahead and get this shipped out now and then we could take a look at how much profit we made. I think by dropshipping standards, this video is pretty successful. We spent $0 on marketing and ads. We were profitable almost right away, and we had to spend no time finding a winning product or anything like that. I'd say that's a win. Well, I guess that's dependent on how much money we actually made. I'm just gonna go over the numbers really quick. Our total revenue was $570 for the XR and the 11 Pro. I spent $80 for the iPhone XR and another $30 to put a new screen on it. And then I spent $200 for the iPhone 11 Pro we bought. We had another $15 or so for the chargers and screen protectors that I shipped with the phones. eBay did charge us some fees on that as well. Believe brings our total profit to $193. Again, that's with no marketing expenses,
none of our own money, and 0 time spent testing products and trying to find a winner. Want to see me try this again and see what would happen if maybe we left the ads up for a full week, or what would happen if we made a proper Shopify store, ran some ads, and did the more traditional dropshipping you see? Feel free to let me know in the comments down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video.